Hey guys, so I am back with another Reddit thingy majiggy. This one says, are waist beads demonic? And I've actually heard this before, and people have asked me, well, people have said to me that they've heard that it's just for witches and things of that nature. But let's read what this says and then we'll get into it. So it says, recently I've started to lose weight due to dieting, and I like my figure, but I wish I could lose more fat in my tummy area. Gaining weight in my tummy area seems to be all too easy for me, and I never notice. I know that waist beads can be used to make people more aware of their midsection. They said area, but I think she meant aware. And if they're gaining any weight, because the beads will get tighter with your tummy. Because the beads will get, will get tighter the more your tummy expands. I want to get a single strand of waist beads to use in the context of being more conscious of me gaining weight in my stomach area. But I also heard and read that waist beads can be demonic. I don't want to open any spiritual doors, so I want to double check. Can I use waist beads for something as simple as being more aware of my midsection, or should I avoid them altogether because no matter the use, they're demonic? First of all, waist beads are not demonic in the first place. It is, again, that thing of you can charge anything with a demonic energy, whether it's waist beads, whether it's a bracelet, whether it's earrings. That's just the person who's making it and the intention, or the person who's gifting it and the energy that they've put into it. And remember, sometimes people do these things subconsciously. Your friend, who's not really your friend, could buy you a gift, and as she's coming to bring you the gift, she's talking about, I can't believe I have to go all the way there just to give her the gift. And why did I even get her the gift in the first place? And then she gives you that. That gift is going to be so charged with negative energy. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, that is the point of that. Waist beads are not demonic. Not everything that is spiritual or that is to do with the spirit realm or to do with connecting with yourself and intuitive wisdom is demonic. But yeah, conversation for another day. See what the people responded. Someone said, do you have a link to that? It's just jewelry, which at worst could be a bit vain if you start acting like you're super cool and if you start demanding special treatment from others. But demonic, are you offering blood sacrifices to these beads and worshipping them? If you put God first in your life, submit to his will, love your neighbor as yourself, then you can wear waist beads without worry. Someone said, check out 1 Corinthians 8. Paul is talking about how... I need to put my glasses on, but I can't remember, sorry. Paul is talking about how this group of people thought that unless they cooked the meat in a specific way, it couldn't be eaten because it was somehow demonic. Timothy, I think, was like, that's ridiculous. It's meat. It's not demonic. Paul explained to him, you and I both know it's ridiculous, but don't say that to them. Someone in that group may actually believe it's demonic. By you saying it's ridiculous, you may convince them to do something they think is wrong, which itself is a sin. He goes on to say, if eating meat offends my brother, I'll never eat meat again. My family will sometimes tell me I should avoid things because they are demonic, like yoga or tattoos or something. Yoga! So do you see what I mean though? Do you see where I'm going with this? How can yoga be demonic? Do you think that it's supposed to align your mind, body and spirit? But anyway, I think it's ridiculous, but I don't make a big deal out of it because of this verse. Which, fairs, I understand what they're saying, and it is that, like, respect for other people's beliefs, but yeah, no. Well, now I think I'm going to get some waist beads. I've never heard of them until today. I'm also on a weight loss journey and these look so beautiful. And to actually answer your question, no, they are not demonic. They are a tool you're using to keep your body healthier. It's no different to the scale you weigh yourself on. So there's not actually that much comments under this one, but that made me laugh about the yoga thing. And I just want to clear it up. Just because you are diving into your own nature, you're finding answers within yourself, it doesn't mean that it's demonic. I don't know why in this world, anyone who does that, anyone who is able to use their intuition and the gifts that we naturally have to us, because it follows the rhythm that the universe follows, the 24-hour cycle. The sun is on a cycle. animals and plants are on cycles, so are we. And so when we use things like waste beads, it's to help us tune into that cycle and where each of us falls into that, because each of us has a role to play in the universe. And so whenever you find something that's empowering for you, for a really long time, propaganda would have made it, put a stigma on it, that it's demonic and that it's dark and that you should stay away from it. They did that with a lot of African practices, and they gave us instead a culture that we should adopt when we had our own cultures. And nothing is perfect. Of course, there's developments, and I always love learning about different things because it helps me to be more informed. But if you go in anywhere or you go to someone and you're like, hey, everything you're doing is wrong, let me show you what we do over here, it's not really going to work. Because, again, everyone's different. Everyone has different needs and all of those things. So I would just say, if you are very superstitious and all of those things, like putting on waist beads is not going to open a portal. If you put on your waist beads and you sit down and you say, I've been struggling so hard with this insecurity, and I just really wish that something will change. I wish that something will move. I want to shift out of this energy. That opens a portal, and that will take you through a healing journey of healing that insecurity. If you sit down in that same energy and you say, I'm so insecure about this thing, but not that you want to work on it and that you want to shift it, that, I don't know, you start praying for someone else's. Things like that can open portals that, hey, be careful. You shouldn't wish for anyone's life anyway. But that's the thing. It's all about the context around who's wearing the waist beads, why they're wearing the waist beads. And it can be so as simple to track your weight gain or loss, because as they were saying, when you lose weight, your beads drop down, and when you gain weight, they raise up. But it can also be something deeper of trying to heal something within you, or of trying to signify a transition phase that you're going through at the moment. So yeah, that was actually fun. I enjoy the Reddit series that we've started. So if you haven't seen the other ones, make sure you check them out. I've got them all in a collection, and I'll also post them on my YouTube. And yeah, check out my waist beads on my TikTok shop. We have crystal waist beads, but I've also just uploaded the Zodiac waist beads, which is a new collection. And yeah, that's all from me today.